Your dog and your cat may live in the same house. They may eat near the same kitchen. They may sleep under the same roof. They may even stare at the same human every morning. But inside their minds, you are not the same creature. To your dog, you are a moving center of safety. You are the person who opens doors, sets routines, and creates direction. To your cat, you are something more unusual. You are not exactly a boss. You are not exactly another cat. You are a large, strange roommate with useful hands. That is where the comedy begins. One animal looks at you and asks, "Where are we going?" The other looks at you and asks, "Why are you touching my chair?" Same home. Same human. Two completely different operating systems. And if you understand that difference, life with them becomes easier. Not because one is more loving, not because one is smarter, but because dogs and cats read relationships through different survival maps. A dog comes from a social world built around coordination. A cat comes from a world built around territory and controlled trust. Both can love you deeply, but they do not love you in the same language. That is the quiet mistake many owners make. They treat the dog like a tiny person. They treat the cat like a smaller dog. Then they wonder why everything becomes confusing. The dog becomes pushy, noisy, or anxious. The cat becomes distant, defensive, or suddenly impossible to find. Most of the time, the problem is not bad personality. It is mismatched psychology. So let us enter the first battlefield. The social model. Dogs are often described as pack animals. But this idea needs careful handling. Your dog is not waiting for a harsh alpha dictator. Modern animal behavior science has moved away from that old image. A dog does not need domination to feel safe. A dog needs clear, calm, consistent leadership. That difference matters. To a dog, your home is a social system. Every system has patterns. Who decides when walks happen? Who controls food access? Who opens the door? Who sets boundaries around jumping, barking, and guests? A dog studies those patterns constantly. Not like a politician planning a takeover. More like a child asking, "What are the rules here?" If the rules are clear, the dog can relax. If the rules change every day, the dog starts guessing. And guessing can look like bad behavior. One day, barking at the window is ignored. The next day, it gets shouting attention. One day, jumping on guests is cute. The next day, it becomes a problem. The dog is not reading a moral code. The dog is reading consequences. This is why consistency feels like kindness to a dog. A predictable owner becomes a safe reference point, not a tyrant. A guide. When a dog trusts that guide, the body softens. The eyes check back more often. The dog follows direction without constant conflict. The relationship starts to feel like a team. This is the dog's social comfort zone. Shared action. Clear signals. Reliable boundaries. A cat enters the same house with a different philosophy. A cat does not naturally organize life around a leader. Cats can be social, affectionate, and bonded. But their social world is more flexible. They are solitary hunters by design. They do not need a group to catch dinner. That history shaped their emotional style. A cat often sees the home less like a chain of command. It sees the home like a shared territory. And territory is not just space. It is scent. It is routine. It is safe hiding spots. It is predictable movement. It is knowing which chair belongs to peace. So when a cat lives with you, it is not surrendering. It is negotiating coexistence. That sounds dramatic, but it is very practical. The cat asks a different set of questions. Are you predictable? Do you respect my distance? Do you disturb my resting places? Do you move too loudly? Can I leave when I want? For a cat, trust often begins with control. Not control over you. Control over its own body and space. When the cat can approach freely, it approaches more often. When the cat can leave freely, it feels less trapped. When the cat is not forced, affection becomes more honest. This is why chasing a cat for love usually fails. You may think you are showing affection. The cat may think the giant roommate has lost emotional stability. That is the trap. A dog often bonds through participation. A cat often bonds through permission. With a dog connection may mean doing something together. Walking, training, playing, waiting at the door. With a cat connection may mean sharing space quietly. Same room, no pressure, soft eyes, slow movement, a peaceful exit route. The second battlefield is emotional attachment. Dogs usually make their feelings obvious, sometimes painfully obvious. You leave for 20 minutes. The dog reacts like you survived a war. Tail moving, body shaking, mouth open, feet dancing on the floor. The message is not subtle. You are back. The world is repaired. This emotional brightness is one reason humans love dogs. A dog turns ordinary arrival into a celebration. It makes you feel chosen every single day. But the same intensity can become anxiety. If the dog has no practice being calm, alone, separation becomes frightening. If the dog depends on constant reassurance, small absences feel huge. So love needs structure. A secure dog does not panic whenever you disappear. A secure dog learns that you leave and you return. The routine becomes believable. The body learns patience. The home remains safe even when you are not visible. That is emotional security, not nonstop excitement. A cat's attachment can be much quieter. Quiet does not mean empty. A cat may love you and still refuse the grand performance. It may not run to the door every time. It may not climb your body with joy. It may simply appear near you. That small appearance matters. The cat chooses the couch beside your desk. It sleeps at the foot of the bed. It follows you into the bathroom, then pretends it had business there. It sits with its back turned. Many owners misunderstand that one. A turned back can look cold. But in cat language, it can mean trust. The cat is saying, I do not need to guard myself here. I can face away and still feel safe. That is not rejection. That is comfort. The cat's love often hides inside normal placement. Where does it choose to rest? Which room does it enter? Does it blink slowly? Does it show its side instead of hiding? Does it return after being startled? These are small votes of trust. They are not loud, but they are real. The mistake is expecting cat love to look like dog love. A dog may say, I missed you with its whole body. A cat may say, I trust you by staying nearby. Different sentence. Same emotional value. The third battlefield is praise and correction. Dogs are famously responsive to human approval. A bright voice can light them up. A treat can focus their attention. A repeated cue can become a shared language. This is why reward-based training works so well. The dog learns which behavior opens the good door. Sit opens attention. Calm walking opens forward movement. Coming when called opens safety and reward. The dog is not trying to pass a school exam. It is learning a pattern with your help. Good training makes the pattern easy to understand. Bad training makes the dog guess under stress. Now look at the famous guilty face. The lowered head. The soft eyes. The tucked posture. Humans often say he knows exactly what he did. Maybe. But research suggests the guilty look is not simple confession. It often appears when the owner sounds angry. It can be an appeasement response. The dog is trying to reduce conflict, not writing a legal statement about the trash can. That changes how we should respond. If you come home and find a mess, late punishment teaches little. The dog may connect your anger with your arrival, or with the room, or with your tone, not necessarily with the old behavior. Clear teaching must happen close to the behavior. Better management helps even more. Put food away. Provide chew outlets. Reward the behavior you actually want. A dog does best when correction is clear, fair, and calm. Fear may stop behavior for a moment, but fear can damage trust. A cat responds even more poorly to punishment. This is where many humans get into trouble. They yell at the cat for scratching the sofa. They spray water after counterjumping. They grab the cat after a swat. The human thinks now the cat will understand. The cat may understand something else. The large roommate becomes dangerous sometimes. That is the lesson. Not the sofa is forbidden. Not the counter is a moral failure. Just the human is unpredictable. Because cats rely so strongly on environmental safety, punishment can hit the relationship directly. A frightened cat does not become respectful. It becomes careful. It hides more. It avoids hands. It waits until you are gone. It learns around you, not with you. So cat teaching should feel like environmental design. Give the cat a better scratching post. Place it where scratching already happens. Reward use with attention, food, or play. Make unwanted surfaces less satisfying. Give climbing options if counters are irresistible. Protect food plants and fragile objects before temptation begins. With cats, the best lesson often happens before the mistake. Not louder. Smarter. A dog asks what action earns the reward. A cat asks what environment feels worth choosing. That difference changes everything. The fourth battlefield is ownership. Dogs can show resource guarding. This means they protect something valuable. Food bowl, chew bone, toy, bed. Sometimes even a favorite human. The behavior can look dramatic. Freezing, hard staring, growling, showing teeth, snapping. But underneath the emotion is often insecurity. The dog fears losing access to something important. It is not being evil. It is saying, I am worried this will be taken. This must be handled carefully. Do not punish the growl. A growl is information. It is an early warning signal. If you punish warning signals, you may remove the warning. The fear can remain underneath. Safer work means building trust around resources. Approach the bowl only to add something better. Trade objects instead of stealing them. Teach drop and leave it with rewards. Give dogs peaceful eating space. Ask a qualified professional when guarding is serious. The goal is not to win a battle over the bowl. The goal is to teach safety around human hands. To a secure dog, your approach should not mean loss. It should mean good things may happen. A cat's ownership system feels almost philosophical. The cat may not guard the sofa like a dog guards a bone. It may simply assume the sofa is part of its kingdom. The table is also included. The window is included. Your laptop is definitely included. And you, of course, are included. Not as property in a human legal sense. As part of the cat's scent map. When a cat rubs its cheek on you, it is communicating. Scent glands around the face leave chemical messages. Those messages help mark familiar places and trusted social connections. So when a cat rubs against your leg, it may be greeting you. It may be claiming familiarity. It may be refreshing the shared scent of home. This is why cats rub furniture corners, doors, and people. They are not randomly polishing the apartment with their face. They are making the world smell understandable. For a cat, familiar scent is emotional architecture. It tells the nervous system this place is known. This place is safe. This belongs in my map. That is why sudden changes can bother cats so much. New furniture, new detergent, a moved litter box, a guest with unfamiliar scent, a strange animal outside the window. To us, these are small changes. To the cat, the map has been edited without permission. The result may be hiding, spraying, scratching, or tension. Again, not revenge. Regulation. The cat is trying to rebuild certainty. This is the key difference. A dog may protect a specific resource from being taken. A cat may stabilize an entire territory through scent and routine. One says, "Please do not take this." The other says, "Please do not randomize my universe." Now place both animals in the same human home. The dog may rush toward guests. The cat may disappear under the bed. The dog may want direct interaction. The cat may want observation first. The dog may enjoy training as a social game. The cat may enjoy learning when choice remains intact. The dog may look for your face after a confusing sound. The cat may check the exit path first. None of this means one loves better. It means their safety systems are different. For the dog, safety often comes from the trusted social guide. For the cat, safety often comes from trusted control of space. Good ownership means respecting both maps. For your dog, become predictable. Use clear routines. Reward calm behavior. Set boundaries before chaos begins. Do not confuse leadership with intimidation. A confident owner does not need to scare the dog. A confident owner makes the rules understandable. For your cat, become trustworthy. Let affection begin with invitation. Respect hiding places. Protect routines. Provide vertical space. Use play food and environment instead of force. Do not confuse independence with lack of love. A quiet cat may be deeply attached. It just refuses to hold a press conference about it. This is where the two worlds finally meet. Dogs teach us the beauty of shared direction. Cats teach us the beauty of chosen closeness. Dogs often ask for guidance. Cats often ask for respect. Dogs may say, "Lead me clearly." Cats may say, "Let me trust you slowly." Both messages are reasonable. Both messages are affectionate. And both messages can be missed by humans in a hurry. So the next time your dog follows you from room to room, notice the question, "Are we together?" And the next time your cat sits nearby, without looking at you, notice the answer, "I feel safe here." That is the real war between the two worlds. Not dog versus cat. Not loyal versus cold. Not obedient versus selfish. It is social direction versus territorial trust. It is open celebration versus quiet permission. It is reward language versus environmental choice. It is guarding resources versus mapping home through scent. When you understand that the house changes, the barking becomes information. The hiding becomes information. The tail, the eyes, the distance, the rubbing, the silence. All of it becomes language. And suddenly your pets are not mysterious troublemakers anymore. They are two ancient survival systems sharing your living room. One waits for your signal. One waits for your respect. And both in their own strange ways are choosing you.